Hello, Internet. Welcome back to our mall escapee, whatever series. It's always an escapee series. You ever notice that? Pretty much everything in Cataclysm comes down to escaping something, scenario wise. Hello, Jack. Welcome to the stream. Hello, everyone. So we're just biding time at the moment. We're waiting to get to a point where we can escape the mall. Still on the creaky chair, by the way. Sorry about that. Also, my headphones broke yesterday, so that's exciting as well. Now I have these super muffled headphones that I'm going to go, I think, today when I get some time to buy a better pair of headphones. But yeah, so squeaky chair, it is what it is. So we're going to be escaping the mall. This could be a little problematic. We've had quite a few that we've lured through the floor. There's already a fair bit of monster density on the ground floor of the mall. But then you factor in as well that we've been dropping basically dozens of zombies down through the roof here, and every one of them, they're probably not dead, right? So they're probably going to accumulate on the ground floor, and that could be problematic as we try to leave. If I recall, we picked up everything we wanted to take with us. We can do a secondary cursory check of our piles of loot. Can't move. We've spotted a zombie. No. We can do another quick check to verify that we have not forgotten anything of value. I see we have a second pile. That's a busted rucksack. We are carrying a military rucksack. Our leather pants are quite damaged. We could swap those out before we depart. Just like old times with the chair and all. Yeah. Man, sometimes I think about when I started on YouTube and how bad I was. And one of the things that I was in that other room. Basically, every episode had such a creaky. It wasn't even this chair; it was a different chair that was super creaky, and so many of those episodes were just jam packed with the creaky chair. I used to swear a lot more. I think, like my first series, I was really talking about politics, and I shouldn't have been. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So we have about 6 liters to spare. Is that enough to take the welder? Acetylene torch, 1 liter. Welding tank, 3 liters. Or 1 liter tanks as well. Okay, give me the torch and the big tank. We did have enough space. We have 2 liters remaining. Give me the other 2 tanks. Can't fit. Okay. We did pick 1 up. That's as much as we're going to be able to do, but that's a good start. We get to start with a welder basically, which has value. We could of course drop something of approximate size. We do have duplicates of some things, I bet. I would like to take the MREs with us for sure. And all the books are very valuable. I don't know, some of these not so much, like the break a leg, I'm not super interested in, but no, I would like to keep most of this stuff. You can probably put on the goggles though. Yeah, we're not wearing anything on our eyes. You can wear the goggles. I doubt that was much space, but we can possibly fit another tank. We can. And we are about full up to the brim, so let's see if we can find some replacement leather pants. Now you were good. I do remember it was the good old days. I feel like I've come a long way since then, and I am embarrassed. Like, I pretty regularly think, oh no, dude, don't do that. Don't step off the ledge. Pay attention, murder. I frequently think about taking down some of my old series just because they are really not how I would like to represent myself, but that's growing pains. It's growing pains, You like I look back, my favorite YouTuber is Northern Lion, talk about it all the time. Sometimes I go back and I watch stuff from, 7 years ago from that guy because I'm interested in what he was doing. And it's so interesting to go back and see how different it was and just how the voice is different and stuff like that. Strange how you get a kind of relationship to a streamer or YouTuber after a while. For sure. Again, just mentioning Northern Lion, he just had his first child. He and his wife, I think his baby is like 10 days old, something like that. And I was really surprised because like I don't really like kids very much. I don't really care when someone I know has a baby. It's like, oh yeah, you have a baby, great. But this guy, his wife was pregnant and they have a baby, and now I'm seeing pictures of the baby on Twitter, and I feel a weird connection to this guy. I've never met him, you know, but I've been watching his content for a long time, and it makes me happy to see that he's moving on to a new life stage with a, you know, I mean, he's married, he has a baby now. It's just really interesting to see that evolution. Looking for leather pants. I know we had duplicate leather pants. I know we did. I feel very confident. Are there multiple things on these piles? There's not. It would have the 3 dots. What do you got? Hoodie and a sweatshirt. Yeah, but what about leather pants, though? I would like some leather pants. Leather pants. Thank you kindly. All right. Well, unfortunately, we need to unload. Just take off your pants. It's fine. Everybody take off your pants in solidarity. We're going to wear the good pair of pants. Stop. And then we will unload. Can you unload from the ground? You can. Put in your inventory, Uh-huh. Great. Pick up the cudgel. Because again, we are filled to the brim with goodies that we're going to be trying to escape the mall with. So we'll take the... we can't afford to pick up an extra pair of clothes. Hello, Star-Lord Bob. Good evening, says Pablo. Hello, Pablo. Where's my base? Oh, I'm getting horde music. Can barely hear that. Again, broke my headphones, so I have a really crappy pair, but I guess we are seeing enough zombies to trigger the horde music. We don't want to deal with you. I'm really nervous about escaping. I think there's a good chance that we might die. I haven't escaped from a mall in a long time. And you know, just with the weariness and some of the other changes, I'm a little nervous about my ability to properly escape. Plus, we are injured, which I failed to treat our wounds while we were sleeping. So I guess we just read books to pass time here. We're just waiting for nightfall to make our escape. Geez, what do we want to read? We raised our tailoring, which was probably a waste of time. We can raise our first aid. That has some value. Ignore the zombie. Pupper is barking at something. I do have the house to myself. I know the last stream I complained about family stuff, which I would like to avoid doing that again, but everyone is out of the house for once. My dogs are barking. It sounds like there's a vehicle idling out front of our house. I don't know why. And have the house to myself. Trying to avoid controversial topics. Trying to avoid sounding like an idiot. You know, all that stuff that I do sometimes. Keep ignoring the zombies. It's only 3 p.m. Man, it's going to take a long time. Oh, so what's not controversial? What could we talk about that's not controversial? The 2020 elections. No, I'm just kidding. Something vaguely controversial. Do you guys believe in any conspiracy theories? I was recently learning a little bit about flat Earth, and it sounded like the absolute dumbest thing a human being could possibly believe. And if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch and you're like, I'm a flat earther, you should assess your life and maybe consider altering that stance. That actually freed up. We no longer need to carry paramedics with us. And we already have food handling of 1, so we actually don't need those books. Not that controversial, exactly. It's one of those things that, like, the majority of people are on my side, so it's perfectly fine to crap all over the tiny minority who believes that the earth is flat or doesn't believe in vaccinating children. So this does have crafting recipes in it, but it's not really anything I care about. The majority of them seem to be lactose products, which we can't eat. I do like Sloppy Joes, though. But I don't think, like, mayonnaise and Sloppy Joe and a fish and spinach bagel are worth carrying these. I mean, we've already picked up all of our books, so what else would we would carry that other welding tank, I think. We'll drop Bon Appetit, and we'll drop the first aid booklet that we finished. So that should free up at least another liter. It really didn't. How big are you books? 1/4 of a liter each. Yeah, it's not enough to pick up another welding tank. Yeah. We should probably take the Glock. I didn't even realize we had a Glock. Has 2 rounds in it. Must have come from a zombie. And we really should have taken these batteries, especially that medium battery in the mess kit, which we don't have space for. Crap. You really should pick up medium batteries when you find them. What can I drop? I don't want to drop MREs. We really don't need all the cough syrup. They're in bottles. That would take up some space, but not really that much. Definitely don't need a saline solution. We could pick up a second backpack, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to carry extra torso encumbrance. What could I lose here? The IFAC, I think, doesn't have disinfectant in it. I really don't need the cough syrup. It's generally good to pick that up as well on the off chance that you get... It's about 1 liter for 4 bottles, so they're 1/4 liter each as well. Drop 2 of them. I want to look at the IFAC. The IFAC. Which stands for... We looked it up after someone commenting on Discord, and I incorrectly told them what it stood for. It turns out it's individual first aid kit. Oh, look, it has a little picture of every video game's first aid kit in the history of video games. Medical tape, tourniquet, antiseptic. It does contain antiseptic. Someone said that they were going to remove that because they don't actually contain antiseptic in real life. Multiple bandages, medical gauze, purification tabs, medical gloves, 1 pair of scissors. What we could do is disassemble this and take the parts we want, because the parts we want will probably be less volume than 1.25 liters. It feels so silly to micromanage this level of gear, but I would really like to take some of this other stuff with us. So let's disassemble the IFAC. Yes, so it was 1.25 liters, I think I said. And if we pick up... I mean, all we really would want... Oh, it didn't even give disinfectant. That's interesting. That was the main thing I was going to take with me. We'll take the tourniquet, 0.3 liters. We'll take the bandages, 0.25 liters. Hemostatic powder, 0.02 liters. That's interesting. It must not be in a paper pack or a paper pouch, which I think is odd. You would think it wouldn't just be loose hemostatic powder. And that's really all I want. We could take the tape, but I don't really care. We freed up a tiny bit of volume there. This is annoying. I shouldn't micromanage this hard. What do we got in chat? Flat earthers are the best ignorants. I mean, they seem to be very loud, is my take. Deep state, I believe there are a lot of people controlling stuff in the background. Removed in latest, I believe, should contain antiseptic powder instead. I did not see antiseptic powder, unless you meant the hemostatic powder, but that seems unlikely. It doesn't really matter. I don't need it, necessarily. There was a time when texting was all ASCII art, no emojis. That is correct. How does the mall play these days? Well, some guy, Curse Twist, apparently, I've never heard of him, had updated the mall recently. It plays more or less. I can't say from like a new player perspective, but I've been playing it the exact same way that I always do, which is just dive to the top floor, loot, let the zombies fall through the floor, and then bail, which is kind of what we're waiting to do now. We're just micromanaging inventory to make the getting out of the mall as smooth as possible. I did have a medium battery I was looking at, which has vanished. Where did you go? Would be at my feet. So we can now pick up the medium battery. Let's unload some of these other batteries, because they should be relatively small. Did that put them in my inventory? Or did they drop at my feet? In my inventory, in my inventory. They're all disposables, but that's fine. That's better than nothing. Emojis are basically tile sets for smiley faces. I'm more used to the standard evac shelter start, but I hardcore avoid cities. I mean, the evac shelter is the standard recommended start for a reason. So we're just gonna read until we pass enough time for nightfall so that we can escape. We should probably eat something. Still starting, when you open the eat menu, it's still starting you at the bottom, which I think is odd. Insta salad? No, why don't we find something, since we're not really taking food with us, we should consume the calorie dense stuff to try and like, isn't that an old adage from soldiers back in the day? It was like, you eat when you have the opportunity because you really don't know when the next opportunity will come. So we really want to eat and drink as much as possible because we know we're leaving this stuff behind. Drink anyway? No. And we don't really know when we're going to get super calorie dense food again. Let's just read a book here, pass some time. Again, I see there are people filtering into chat now. This is not going to be a very long stream. I do have errands to run before it gets too late. Since I work third shift, I tend to basically get up, go through the basics of like waking up every day and then immediately stream. So it's hard for me to get stuff done before stream if I have errands and things to take care of. So I'm just going to read, pass some time. Played through it some. Feels like the ground floor is harder now, especially with wander spawns on. It's been so long since I tried wander spawns. I probably ought to give it another shot. I just remember it was pretty buggy, and I don't really love the idea of, like, I like the idea of not being able to clear an area and guarantee that it's clear in the future. But I don't really like the idea of, like, I don't know. I can't think of a good way to do it, but I just feel like spawning stuff at me has always been kind of frustrating. I don't like picking the night vision trait. Why not? That is something I would highly recommend for basically everyone who's learning the game. Probably the most valuable trait out there. You did a good job, Curse Twist. Yeah, that was a joke earlier when I mocked you a little bit. You do good work with locations. I didn't know exactly what you had done. I saw the PRs, of course, but I generally try to avoid looking in too much detail at locations because I like to experience them. So I'm not 100% on what all has been done, but the mall has always been one of my favorite locations. For a long time, there was a real disjunction between the ground floor and the second floor. The second floor was much more item density, lower monster density, and then the ground floor was the opposite because it was from 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago when it was initially implemented. And I assume that part of what you did was make it more uniform with the item spawns and things on the ground floor. So, which I think is just an objective improvement in what was already a fun, location. So. Really like the mall. The mall and the apartment tower are probably like my two favorite scenario starts. I also like the school, which has been. Did you do that as well? Added the other floors to the school? I think when I started playing, there was only one floor for a school. Okay, it's 8 p.m. The sun should be going down around by now, I would think, but we're gonna give it another hour or two just to verify that we don't get screwed, basically, when we try to leave. I'm a little nervous about trying to leave. We can see the sun going down. It's too dark to read. Well, you're literally like 2 tiles away from a light square. We'll pop over. What were we even reading? First aid? Yeah, I'm so dismissive of what we're reading, I don't even care that much. Last time I put down nail boards near the entrance, then played my golden lute I found in the music shop right above the trap, sweet sounds of zombie death. I remember finding a golden fiddle or something like that, and then it had a charge on it. It would say like 1 of 1. And when I first started playing, I remember thinking like, this is magic. If I activate this, it's going to do something crazy. And then I never even used the thing. And I'm pretty sure they're just standard instruments. I just was crazy. Exploration's always fun. I tried to freshen up store selection. You didn't do the school. Lovum. Frankly, it's a hard to pronounce name. I think I know who you're talking about. Phasmophobia episode on YouTube was cool and interesting to watch. You really are a scaredy cat, even when you're a big dude. Look, you're not wrong, but That game scares the crap out of me. It's so scary. If you have not checked out Phasmophobia, I would highly recommend it. Listen, I played when I was a teenager. I would turn out the lights and play Doom 3, which at the time I thought was very scary. And then I played with a girlfriend. She was terrified of Condemned. So I would sit with my girlfriend. We were like 16 when that game came out, in the dark, and we would play Condemned back on the Xbox 360, and it was so scary. And I remember being like, "Oh, this isn't too scary," you know. And I was fine, but as soon as I picked up Phasmophobia, I don't think I've played a scary game like that since I was like 16, 17 years old. It scared the crap out of me. I felt so embarrassed. I recorded like 4 episodes of it, um, and I'm just scared the whole time. And I feel like I'm glad people like it. I've been seeing a lot of comments on YouTube for that series already, but I'm pretty embarrassed. I'm still seeing some lit areas. We would like a little bit more time to pass, I think. I'm a little no, that's just the sepia of the memory tiles. That's not light. That's not light. We still will give it another little bit just to verify that we're not going to get spotted, but we're getting ready to leave here. Gobble down that smoked sausage, some bratwurst. We're full already. Let's have something to drink as well. That game scared the crap out of me. It's like $12 on Steam. I would encourage you to check it out if you're interested. And there are a lot of people. Apparently, it's very, very popular. I saw one video of it and was like, I would like to try that. But I've been seeing more and more, I think. I don't know if it's because I uploaded a video and if that affects the search algorithm. But now my feed is like filled with people playing Phasmophobia. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it in a very scary, like once in a while kind of way. So it is bright here. We really need to be sure that we're shrouded in darkness when we go. Let's just chill for 30 minutes. I mean, we could start a fire and continue reading, so we're actually doing something to actively progress the game. But we're already here. Tile is no longer bright. It is 9:46. All right, no sense putting it off, I guess. Let's we came up these stairs initially. We should pick, okay. If we're going to be leaving, the town is to our left. But the only downstairs appears to be all the way up here. I don't know where the exits to the mall actually are. I know there are displays on the side, or there used to be displays on the side that you could break the glass and escape. We would like to avoid the parking lot. And the reason for that is because the parking lot will have cars, and some of them can spawn running, and what that will do is make the zombies congregate around it. So we know there are stairs here, but there's no guarantee that there's an exit there. Let's look at chat. The light red overmap terrains. Those are just stairs. Oh, it is entrance. Oh. I thought the light red just indicated stairs. Like in the lab, I think they indicate stairs. Well, that's great. So that's where we will head, I think. It would be better to come out into the forest, actually, because we could break line of sight with zombies if need be. Problem is, if we go into the forest, there's really nothing we can do to... if some fast ones follow us, there's no gutters or anything we could climb to escape. It probably would be better to dart into like a residential town type area where we could hide in a house or climb a roof. Doctor's office A. Need more ghosts. Multiple in bigger maps. Some cool ritual stuff, not just smudge sticks. Yeah, I think that for me personally as a storyteller, I'm more like I wish when you spoke to the ghosts they would actually answer questions, that sort of thing. Which someone said they do with Ouija boards, but I haven't seen one of those yet. But like the talk box or whatever, I would like if you could ask them questions and they would actually say things back to you. Like, I don't know. Like, are you here? Yes. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know if, maybe it does do that and I just haven't played enough. So we're looking for stairs. Probably in the back hallways is where I would expect to find some stairs. What weapon are we using? We have a cudgel. We're very encumbered. Our torso encumbrance is going to be extremely high. 64. Why is that? Is it just because of the storage in my rucksack? Encumbrance is 49. Leather jacket is 15. I really can't take off the leather jacket. It's my only real torso protection. And the rucksack is so full it's going to be... I mean, I can't just leave things behind. We're not in a fighting shape. We need to be dropping our backpack, but that's something that I often fail to do. So as soon as we get into a fight, we're going to drop our backpack. I don't know if this takes a lot of moves or not. Let's come over here and see how long it takes, how many hits the zombie gets. Take off, drop it, one grab, one bite. Okay. So it looks like you can pretty quickly drop backpacks. Doesn't look like that's a lengthy thing at all. Where the rucksack. We should actually just leave. Oh, hitting escape skipped the dropping of my cudgel. That's odd. Probably should just leave it down here because we're going to keep getting into fights. Drop the rucksack. And that's mainly why I don't do that, is because it's a little tedious to constantly be pushing that button. So let's, I was going to say explore a bit before we go pick it up, because it's going to take probably a few more kills. Okay, there is stairs in the bookstore. I remember that vaguely from when I've been here before. Seems like a good spot maybe to get out. So we'll just go to the bookstore. No need to fight a bunch of zombies. I was thinking we would come down in a corridor and maybe have a little bit of insulation, because I bet when we go down, we're going to see a lot of zombies, I think. And we've been here before, so there may be some congregating on the stairs. Peasant Bob, how are you feeling today? I'm feeling fine. Thank you for asking. Having the house to myself for once feels pretty nice. And just getting back into the rhythm of recording and whatnot. And yeah, just trying to smooth it out, basically. Okay, can you guys follow me upstairs? It'd be so much easier if I could drop you through a railing. Okay, drop the rucksack up here, and we'll go down and fight. Which is not great, because the cudgel... Oh, we're not wielding our cudgel, are we? Break out of the grab, please. Why am I not wielding a cudgel? So when I hit escape and it said I still had the cudgel, that appears to not be the case. Maybe I missaw that, but I could swear that it let me keep my cudgel. It did not. Great. Wield the cudgel. Kind of need something to fight with.